In today's video, I'm going to give you the 5 most broken Maestro strats in Rainbow Six Siege. I'm going to go through 5 different bomb sites on 5 different maps and give you my favourite strats to use on these sites. So starting off on Coastline, the first Maestro cam spot is in the hookah lounge here. All you need to do is come up to this sofa and put it like in the corner there, tucked away. Now the good thing about this Maestro cam is it can see underneath the chair here. So if anybody comes in the hookah door, you've got free line of sight on them to shoot them as they run around into like the safe kind of areas around here. A lot of people think they're safe to just run in here and just sit kind of behind it. But as well, if you shoot this pillow out the way with the camera, you can see kind of the whole way around the whole thing. A lot of people will go back in here and try and plant, so you'll be able to stop a plant with that, which is ideal. And also, because of how low this is, you can't really even see it. If you get lucky with it, you can kind of wallbang through while you're shooting at people. Like, they can wallbang it. So I tend to not shoot at people unless they're like kind of preoccupied with something else or they're planting or something. For the second camera, you just want to come to the VIP hallway, and then you need to do a little bit of parkour from this plant pot onto the ledge here, just by running and sort of crouching as you get to the end. And then I like to put it as high up as possible, like that. And now this is great for stopping the quad wall from being opened up. You can kill any kind of breaches on the wall. You can call anything going from luggage balcony to aqua. You can call anything from VIP hallway. Anybody in VIP, you can see them through the door. And you can kind of zap them as they start pushing your teammates, just as an extra threat on the enemies. Now for the final camera, you want to put it behind this billiards table here. I put it as close to it as I can, like this, and then put it down. Anyway, kind of on the pink works. Now the good part about this camera is it's hidden by the billiards table, and this will stop anybody from planting default spot here, which is probably the most common plant spot on this entire site. So probably on this entire map, to be honest, but this will stop anybody trying to plant the default spot here in billiards. And as you can see, you can only see the Maestro cam if you're proning, and then if you put it a little bit like further back, it's kind of awkward to see. So the good thing about the pool table locking it is they can't actually shoot it from like anywhere in aqua, which is great for you. If you get rid of that thingy there, you can have a little bit more vision, I believe. The only way they can see it again is by proning. So yeah, that's all for this site. I'm going to move on to a different map now and show you another strat. Alrighty, so now we're on Villa on the EV Games bomb site, and I'm going to show you another Maestro cam strat for this site. So the first Maestro camera is going to go on this game's like bar here. All you want to do is vault up onto the bar and then put it on the as high up on this as you can. It's a little bit awkward to find the right position, but once you find it, it's there. Put it as high up as possible to just get the best vision. Now, from this camera, you can see all of games, but not just that. If you use your shotgun, you can open up some holes along here, which a lot of people do anyways by default, just to throw C4s and stuff through. So it doesn't look anything out of the ordinary for like an attacking side. Don't be like, oh shit, and then look for the Maestro cam because of the holes. But from this, you can see the zombie door here, which is very common for the attackers to come through the zombie door, go and plant behind the vault. You can kind of zap them as they go through. The good thing about that is it'll mean that they're even weaker, so that if you get a C4 off, if somebody on your team gets a C4 off, there's less chance of them surviving the C4. Like if the C4 lands a little bit like deeper like this, it might not hit them. But it might not kill them, sorry, but with you zapping them first, that probably will end up killing them because of that low. Or if you have to try and rush through and try and kill them, they're extra, like even lower for you. So that's the first camera. Now the second camera is going to be for 90 Hall. Now this camera as well, with the shotgun on Maestro, makes it really broken. So what you want to do is you want to destroy the glass on the window here. This is because if you put the Maestro camera on top of the glass, it will kill the camera, I believe. So you don't want to have that happen. You want to put it on there, and then I put it on the right side of it like that. Now from this, if I move out the way, get my big head out the way, you can see all the way down the red hall. You can zap anybody trying to go top red to zombie. You can kill any kind of breaches on the 90 wall, and you can see a little bit down the hallway here as well. Now, what you want to do to make this even more busted is to break the hatch here like this. And this is because of this, the enemies can't come up with like a sledgehammer or something to destroy it, or even just melee it to get rid of the glass. They have to use like an ash charge, or like perfectly get a nade to land on the windowsill to be able to destroy it, because obviously if they bounce a nade, it's just going to fall down below. So that makes it really, really strong. Now for the final one, I don't really do anything kind of amazing or special with this. I'll either just put it kind of over here in study, like this, And this will just protect you from study. It'll give you that information when people are in study, and because it's under the chair, you can kind of zap them a little bit and get them a bit confused as to where they're getting zapped from. It's a little bit awkward to see because of the angle that it's on. You have to kind of prone or like get the perfect angle through the gap to see it. So it's a little bit hidden and it's quite nice. Another option as well is to kind of just put one on the wall here like this, which will see the default plant spot. Just in case you don't have enough C4s on your team to stop a plant, you can be like, okay, I'll predict that we're not going to be able to stop a plant properly, so I'll use my Maestro cam there to be able to stop that plant. And that will just give you an extra benefit of winning the round. So yeah, that's all for this site. Let's move on to another map now. Alrighty, so now we're on to Clubhouse Basement for the third map and for the third strat. So for the first Maestro camera, we're going to put one in church, and to do this, you're going to need to do a little bit of parkour to vault on top of this jukebox. Boom, there's the parkour done. You're now a parkour master. All you need to do is put it on this white thing here, and the white of that kind of blends in with the white on the Maestro camera and protects it a little bit, makes it a bit more hidden. And you can zap anybody on the motor door. You can zap anybody behind the sort of black box a little bit there. You can kind of see the feet when they go in there. And it's really, really hidden from the big bar up there. The only way they can kind of see it is if they come close to the motor door, or they gets blocked by the metal beam where you can still see them but they can't see you. So that makes it cool. And then if you look at it from this kind of angle, it's basically fully blocked by the wooden beam there. Obviously you can't see anybody there because they're like behind the table and behind the bomb, but when they start coming around when they start coming from here towards go around here, you can zap them the whole way. Or if they're like back here, you can kind of see the feet and zap them there as well. You probably can't see them when they're tucked fully like this, but if you're zapping them all the way at the point where they get there, then they're pretty much going to be a one shot by that point. So it makes it nice and easy for you. The next Maestro camera, we're going to break this wooden box and we're going to try and vault up here. It's a little bit awkward to get the vault from, but once you're up, you're up. And then you're going to want to put it on the wall like that. And this will see fully down the long hall. You can zap anybody coming down long. You can look to the side towards dirt, yeah. You can zap anybody in dirt if you want to do that. And then for the final Maestro camera, I like to put one just to like fully stop the plant. So for that last one, we're going to vault up here. Again, some of these vault prompts are a little bit awkward, but then you want to go right, like go up and to the left like that, and put it on the wall there. And this can stop any plant dropping the hatch. Anyone that drops the hatch, you can just start zapping them. They can go into the little cubby there and plant there, but at that point, everybody knows how to C4 this plant spot. And if you know that the only plant spot they can be in is that, because you've got the information on it, they're pretty much an easy pre-fire. So it's free from that point on, and you're zapping them as they drop down, so they're going to be low. And it makes it very, very easy for you. So that's quick and easy. Let's go on to the next map now. Alrighty, we're on to the fourth map now, which is Border, and we're going to do a strat for the Armory and Archives bomb site. So this first Maestro camera might be a little bit tricky at first, but once you get it down, you can kind of do it every time. So first what you want to do is climb on top of the monitor here. And then from the monitor, you want to sprint onto this little cabinet like this. And then from here, you can get a vault prompt up to the top on the top of the archives. They moved the monitor away to try and make it so you couldn't do that, but like the fact you can literally just sprint across anyway. But anyways, what you want to do is put the Maestro cam up here, like this. And this will see any kind of archives, like archives door plant if they try and plant on concrete here, which is this little area. You can zap both the corners, you can zap the door if they come in the dorm plant, which is very, very common for attackers to do a kind of smoke Monty plant where they come in with a shield or an Orsa. And they come in behind the shield, plant behind an Orsa shield, or plant behind a Monty, or Monty turns away and plants. At that point you can kind of zap them when they're planting, so it fully nullifies that. The next Maestro camera spot is very, very kind of basic. I just put it by the armory wall here, like this. And this will stop any kind of armory plant. People like to plant here, you can zap them there. People plant on the door, you can zap them there. You can zap anybody that tries to run in, try and fight your teammates. And then the last one, you don't really need to do anything special with it. You can either choose to put it in archives or CCTV, depending on how you think the enemies are going to push. So let's say you want to do the... sorry, I meant officers or CCTV. So let's say you want to do the officers one. You go onto this little ledge by jumping on the printer and running across here. And then you put it as high up as you can on here. Boom. There's the officers Maestro camera. It sees the whole of officers. You can zap anybody on the door, zap anybody who jumps in the window, anybody comes in triple, trying to push towards fountain, freebies. So, for the final one, I'm not going to pick it up, I'm just going to kind of go over there and show you. I generally don't have any crazy spots for this, for security. I just kind of like jam it behind this here. just kind of put it up there, or put it like here, any kind of way really, because it's not really any good hidden spots that have good visibility and will get you freebies. So, but what you can do as well with this one, if you put it on like this, for example, you can open up some of this wall with your shotgun, and you can start zapping at the people trying to breach the wall. You can start zapping at thermites or aces, or even just destroy the gadgets if you want to, or destroy the players. It's up to you. But yeah, so that's just an extra bonus from this. If I pretend to be a Maestro camera, you can see the breach, or if we put it more further along this way, you can see the breach, and you can start zapping them as well. So that's very nice. Let's move on to the final map for this video. Alrighty, so now we're on to the final map, which is Chalet, and I'm going to show you a strat for the top floor bomb site. So, for the first Maestro camera, what you want to do is come into the office here, climb on top of this table. I've got rid of these better shelves that were in the way, but you can get rid of them if you want to or not. And then you just kind of want to put it as high up on this wall here as you can. You used to be able to get it kind of like all the way up there, but they moved that along, so you can't do that anymore, unfortunately. But this will be able to see the door, K9 door, anybody coming in through piano. You can see anybody coming in through the breach and go into plant default. And because of the plant there, it kind of protects it. It makes it awkward to see because the plant's in the way blocking it, so it makes it a little bit extra hidden for you. So for the second Maestro cam spot, you want to come into the master bed here and just climb on top of the bed and put it on top where the sort of painting is here, like this. Now this will see all of the master bed. It'll see solarium stairs coming up, and it'll see through the rotator that you'll have on site. Usually people make the rotate there, and then they'll make some holes here so you can shoot through. You can see through both of them, and that's over there is the piano door as well, so you can see the piano door like that deep as well, which is nice to see even in the piano. So this Maestro cam sees a lot of different angles, like that there is piano. If I ping that and go around and show you. So that Maestro camera will see all of master bed, into office, and into piano, and into solarium. So it's very, very strong, and it's got a lot of vision. Now the final one, you can either kind of be greedy, put it here to try and get the breach off, but that doesn't really survive very long. So what I also like to do is to come up here, shoot these things off, and then place it on the wall here. Now this will probably get shot, but like when you try trying to zap people, so I use this more for information. But this Maestro camera will see top mez, it'll see top blue stairs, it'll also see the library box, and you can see all the way up here, and you can watch through the little head holes that you'll make into the breach, which is also nice as well. You can see the breach and zap anybody even outside the K9 window, depending on how the breach is open. But that's all for this video. If you enjoyed, please drop a like, and I'll see you in the next video. Thanks for watching.